Hello guys, we're back today on how to build a small crush tutorial part 10. So 10th episode, yay. So again we're back at the engine room because we're going to build the ECR and probably the fuel tanks, so that would be fun. But if we obviously have time and stuff. So the ECR, if you don't know what it is, it's the engine control room. It's where the engine get controlled from. So it's just a big room with a lot of PCs, and they're normally like a ECR and a switchboard room, and they could be in the same room or in different rooms, but I like to have them in different rooms, so that's what we will do. So if you see, I like to actually put this block one more layer with iron because it just looks really good than having just one block here, because if you see that this part will come in, it won't look that good. So the ECR should actually be quite big because it obviously needs to be a staircase, and I'm going to build the ECR on this floor, not this. So we're just going to try to build like this. Remember to put doors below because we also need that deck, and just one door, then a double door like this. Why not? Then we can again put more iron blocks, so like this. So then put your smooth stone here, or actually we can put quartz because in the ECR is where people mostly will be when they're controlling the engines, because the engine, if we're going to inspect the engine, you won't. So yeah, maybe more like a fancier style, I guess. So then we need to have like a small staircase because people need to go up and down in case of emergencies for quick escalation. And the engine, the switchboard room is just with all of the switches, and I'll actually show you how to build a switchboard room. It's quite easy. So just make a small staircase to the top, to the upper area of the ships, like this, but we won't be in that part. And want like a small iron bar, so for more details, I guess. So now is the ECR shelf. So put like these desks here at the both sides. I'm just look at the picture. So I think you can't see the picture, but I'm actually I was looking at ECR how it looks like this. Then you need to, if you don't overlay it, you can't use this, but if you overlay it, you can actually find after a deco head, and it's just like really, I will show you. So a computer like this, so it will look really cool. And yes, and you want this side actually could just be some switches, or one of the main switches. Yeah. Then we can have like a green concrete, a green terracotta, I mean, because it's just rush precedent. Then some levers, because it's just basic controls for ECR, and yeah, why not? So like that is the small ECR. We obviously need some light, so sea lantern. You can use other, but I suggest sea lantern. They look pretty cool, pretty good on the ships you're building. And you might wonder why there is buttons here, and we're going to build a switchboard room because here the ECR controls the engines, so here's the main engines, but the switchboard room, I'm sorry if it's not real, but this is what I think. But so in the switchboard room, it's where the other stuff like the piping, the fuel tanks control would be. I'm sorry if I don't know, because again, I've never been to engine. You can ask Kronsky because he's been to some engine room. I mean, just engine boy. Okay, let me find out. Wart block like that. No, that doesn't work. So again, more controls, and these are just like easy controls. some controls, and these are more like for the engines. No, the other stuff than the engines. So like this, and one of buttons. Like that. So like that, that's the switchboard room. Quite easy actually, to be honest. It's super easy to make. So like that. Then you can have like a door at the end. I suggest have like an iron door, because if there were going to be like a flood, that's really low chance. Yeah, so people can actually, oh my god. Gee, okay. Like there. Why not have like a pressure plate at the both sides, like there. And I just lost the pressure plate. Hooray! Like that, and there is the ECR. So yeah, pretty easy actually, to be honest. So now we're going to start on fuel room, or the fuel tanks. So I suggest on having small ships, more than 4, so 6 maybe, or 4, 6 engine fuel tanks. If you're going to build a big ship, I suggest having like 10 engines, quite a lot of engines, because yeah, big ship needs a lot of engines. Fuel I mean, for the engines. So have like decent size engines, I guess. No, the fuel tanks, oh my god. Like this. Like make a small circle, then just bring these up, because the fuel tanks are just the easiest, like this. And one thing I'm actually going to quickly check at the front, or the deck plane at the front here. I am sorry if it's so bright, because I just need to turn off the exposures, and no, it doesn't. And the thing I was looking after it, if I doubled floor on the engine room, and I do that nowadays because the engine room will look really good with double flooring, but oh well. So just make these orange tubes, and they're just tubes, trust me. And yeah, obviously we need a lot of fuels for the fuel for a perfect, like a week-long cruise. And smaller ships tend to have longer cruises, like I don't know why, because so yeah, plenty of fuel for a perfect cruise. Cover this hatch up, and like that we can have a small glass window, one with like a darker color, and a button. And you know what, I actually forgot to make watertight doors here. And remember to put watertight doors with the ECR, because the engine control room and the we need to actually be really protected. So add the watertight door, or the because again, and the engine, the fuel tanks is too close to the ECR. So I'm just gonna fix that soon. And if you see, it's already covered here. Fantastic. Okay, not orange, yellow pillow. So if you see, I'm actually going just to move the engine fuel tanks one block forward, because it's too close to the ECR. And oh, okay, I just got stuck there for a sec. If there's quite little space, but that's the point of the engine room. Try to make it as compact as possible, because it will look really good if it's compact. Trust me, because sometimes I make ships that aren't really compact and they don't really look good. And for the fuel tank, don't make different rooms like I did in the engines. Make them in just one big room. So if you see, I think I will stack it by, I have 3 rows, and when I put the ship will be 6. So 6 fuel tanks. Okay, first I will just add some details, like the support again, I remember the names. Fantastic. And why not have like a wool, orange wool, for the fuel pipeline, like this. They actually can just cross in here and cross to, okay, let me think, like here. And if we had double floored engine room, it would look it would actually really good, but again, no double floor. Then you just need to put these fuel line into the engine, just straight in, because fuel engine. Then go to the second engine in the second compartment, like this. And if you want, you actually can lead it to the shaft generator, but I'm not gonna do it. So I'm just gonna add some details. Fire hydrant. There's a fire hydrant right here, because obviously a fuel tank needs obviously a fire hydrant. You know, actually I'll add in the ECR too, because it's the fuel tank is quite flammable. I think they're one of the most flammable things on the whole ship, if I'm right. Then I'm not. So I'm just gonna stack the second deck thing all the way, because then we don't need to stack it anymore. And indeed, the second deck is just, by the way, for like observing the engines and the fuel tanks and making quicker to move, I think. So first point here, do not do it here because it will mess up this block there. Second point, one block up there. How's that? By 3. Nope. 6. Like that. You know what? T-shirt undo. It actually, how did it mess up the actual? Okay, that's quite kind of weird, like really weird. So why not? Okay, let me try it again. Okay, we can just have it like that for now, and we'll fix the lights later. So now is just stack the fuel tank, and I'm not that good at stacking fuel tanks either, so take your first position right here. And if you have made like a super arc like me, just take your second position here. Then stack it by like 2, or first, yeah, I'll do 2. If you see, the fuel lines are right there. Easy. And if you see, we don't have really much space now longer. Wow, fog. So if you see, we have not space longer. We need to have water filtration tank, in generator, front thruster, and the sewage plant. But we will think about it later. So again, make these fuel lines connect to each other like that. And if I go to the front, I can actually eventually just break down this lamp or support and make a wall here to this other compartments of the ship, or the engine room, because again, engine room has compartments or sections. So yeah, like this, fill this up with a water, tight door, like this. Put this a door here. Again, remove the lamp if it's there. If there's a light there, I cannot speak today. It's kind of irritating now. So like there, and boom, another section complete. So now we actually just add details, I guess. And again, I will add these pipelines. Where can I add pipelines? Why not here? Some pipelines. Looks, I don't know what. They're just pipes, small pipes, really small pipes. connecting stuff together, I guess. So want some more, and like that is some pipelines, and one more here. It can't be here because there's a stair, and if there's a staircase, don't put pipelines because people need to obviously evacuate if there's a situation that they need to escape from. And go down to the deck below and put these pipelines like there, so it looks like they're actually connected to something, and that's something you need to do to look a bit more detailed, but again, it's optional. And now we're just putting these right now, that's the thing we're doing. So like this, and one more pipeline. So there we have some details to the engine rooms added again. We can add another staircase. What color did I choose from here? I think it was stone stairs. Obviously we need to have stairs here for quicker emergency exit, or for people to actually climb up. And obviously when we're being close to completing the engine room, we actually will put emergency ladders, so that's something we'll add. So I think that was everything for today's video. If you see, we made ECR and switchboard room and the fuel tanks. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.